Melissa, and this is the Wild Stardust Studio. This is my first ever video, so I'm super excited. I'm really excited to be here with you and to connect and to maybe share some ways that you take up space for yourself and enjoy creative endeavors. I've had this studio since 20. Oh no, it was 2006, I believe. So I've had it for quite a while now, and my husband built it for me after I did this business program through the government, and I had previously been working for the city and painting these really large scale murals, which was the best job I ever had. And I met such great people, because being an artist can be super isolating. Being on your own and creating is wonderful. Being in your own energetic space is tremendous. Like, it's for me, I really need that. And also connecting with people, just so important. And, for me, precious, really precious. And so I met great people there, and from there on, it started a journey for me to meet even more people in the community. And my husband and I were involved in a couple different creative spaces, an artist co-op for 4 years, and then another store that was owned by an owner, but it kind of worked like a co-op. We all worked there, and I did a lot of curating of all the handmade, beautiful things there, and I would merchandise it, sort of, I guess you could call it that. And that was really fun for me, because I really enjoy decorating. I guess I have an eye for it, and I love doing it. And so I want to just take you along on some different creative journeys. Like, we can talk about creativity. I'm going to try and do a few tutorials. I'd like to share things that I'm making and, exploring. I'll show you how I did it. I'd love to hear about how you would do something similar. I think it's so important to find the things that intrigue you, that give you those kind of giddy feelings just thinking about doing them. My new thing that I want to do is I want to make some little vessels, little pottery, handmade vessels, and with little faces on them, maybe little moon faces or something fun like that. And then I want to make some body products to put inside for Christmas gifts. So I don't know if I will manage to do that this year. I had an empty nest for a while. All my kids were out and living their lives and having a great time, doing that and learning like we all do. And now, since 2021, we have our granddaughters living here with my daughter 50% of the time. So it's a temporary situation, but it's it's really great, because I get to see them more than I did. They were living in a city 2 hours away from here, so I didn't see them as much. So that was kind of sad for me. My 7-year-old granddaughter Nora, I didn't get to see her for very often for about 3 years, and now she's back, and I see her half the time, half the week, right? So, and my new granddaughter Faye is 16 months old now, and she is a handful and just like brings me such happiness. She's just a joy to be around, and she's a toddler. She's nuts. So she's into everything. So I have a lot of fun with her outside in the yard, in the backyard, and just showing her all the things in the garden, and I love making things for her. I'm gonna make her some little wooden toys for Christmas, and I just missed out on this really cute house. It looked like a fairy house. It looked like like a tree. It was a tree trunk, and then it was like a little wooden house that was open that they could put like a doll house, only like a fairy house. And I've always loved those. And I would love to take it and renovate it and make it into a cute little house for the kids. I did renovate a Barbie house for my granddaughter Nora, and that's here with us because we never did quite make it to get it to Sarnia because of just the way things changed at the time. And so now it's here in my studio. It takes up some space, but it's super fun. We decorate it for like Halloween and Christmas. I'll show that to you when I get a chance. So my kind of intention for this space is to just have time to connect, time to have my own space for me because I really need it. I really need it a lot. And I think I might bring some friends in to have conversations about different things that I'm interested in, like creativity and making. Maybe there'll be some little tutorials around certain things. And although I've never done anything like this, so it's just a huge learning curve. And but it's fun. Like it's exciting. It lit me up so much. Just to be able to do this and to be able to communicate to you. I do like a video log for myself. I film little videos and I talk. It's like journaling only in video form. So I do that and it's always fun, but I always thought, well, sometimes I think, I've thought many times like would it be fun to do it in a space like YouTube. Um, so I'd like to take you along on that, and one of the things that I will be doing in November or December, probably November, is I'll be doing like a lot of different decorating for Christmas, obviously for the winter solstice. I do pots with all greens, all evergreens and things like that on my front porch, and then I do stuff inside. And this year I have to do everything on a tray that I can move because Faye would just destroy it, right? She just like, Faye the destroyer. Yeah, she'd be in there. So that'll be fun. So a lot of it will be like, almost like living with toddlers, what it's like, and how do you do those things with them? Like, and the tree will be interesting this year too. I'll probably just put a lot of soft toy, like, ornaments all around the bottom. And I had to do unbreakable stuff for years now because we've had cats since 2012. So I'm always trying to keep things away from them, and we always get a real tree. So I love a real tree. Oh my god, I can't. Even in the last couple of years, there was this thing about there might be a shortage on trees and things like that, and I just couldn't imagine having a fake tree, even though they are way nicer than they used to be, really nice looking. But yeah, so that'll be something that I'll be doing in the next couple months, in the next few videos. I'd like to show you how I do things seasonally, how I celebrate. I do an ancestor altar this time of year to honor my loved ones that have passed on, and my mom and dad have passed on in the last few years. My dad just in 2021. So it's just a very simple, I put some beautiful pictures up, I put things that they love. I put a tea bag because my family were big tea drinkers on my mom's side. And I think I may make dessert that my grandmother made. It's caramel pecan oatmeal cake. It's oatmeal cake sounds kind of boring, but think of a beautiful moist oatmeal muffin with this melted caramel topping on the top. Oh, it's got coconut too. It's coconut pecan caramel. It's amazing. And I might make that, and it's nice to share those things with your ancestors. show them how much you appreciate them and how much their legacy means to you. And you just talk to them. You just talk to them about anything that you want to. And you can do that obviously anytime, but this is kind of a traditional time to do it. Like the Mexicans do the Day of the Dead, and lots of other, which I think is more known now. It's more, we know about it a little bit more. But there are traditions all over the world that celebrate this time, right? November, usually 1st, 2nd, around that time. So yeah, that's what I do in the fall, and I think it's just turned out perfectly because my birthday is on Halloween. I love the fall. I got married in the fall. I we always take trips in the fall because we love the colors, and it's just right around our anniversary. And I just find the fall to be just one of the most beautiful seasons. And I like the cooler days after the really hot summer, which I love summer too, but yeah, I love the cool days. So I think it's just perfect that I did my first videos of the studio, and I've been wanting to share my studio with you for so long, and it's a place where so many things have come true for me, so many happy things, and so many dreams. It was a dream. The studio was a dream. I'm gonna make a video just about that, about how I imagined it, dreamed it, and then it happened. It happened because I did that. And so that was quite a big thing for me, big thing as an artist, to have this space. And I've made it into, obviously you can see it's like a cozy little space to sit down and have friends over, and it's also an extension of these parties that I have seasonally. I haven't had them for a couple years, but I will have them again. And I usually just invite women that I know, and we have a great time. We have a bonfire. We set intentions. We just enjoy each other's company, and I love to design it. Like one year, I called it the Stardust Lounge, because I had seen these vintage rattan lounges. A designer was doing them, and she was doing them as like she was an event planner, and they were just, I just fell in love with it. So then I started looking on, at the time it was Kijiji, not so much Marketplace, and it was amazing the stuff I found. And I did find some in a vintage, it was a vintage group for sale, like sale things on Facebook. But now that there's Marketplace, it's just totally changed the game, in a way. But I found all this beautiful vintage rattan, which I absolutely love, and so I had a lot of fun with that. And before that, I did like a tent party. I used to make these tents we have bamboo growing in our backyard, and we made like a pergola out of the bamboo, my husband and I. And then I hung fabric, and then once we got all that done, it was open to the night sky. So it was it's amazing. And then I put all the furniture and stuff inside, and we had such a great time. And one night, there was just 3 of us that night, and then a couple more people came later. But we had an owl hooting at us. He was up in the tree. It was so amazing. And that was a lot of fun. A lot of really magical things happened during those parties, and it was just this beautiful affirmation of friendship, of connection, and being out in nature. And I generally would have it around the summer solstice, and then I had some in the fall sometimes too. Yeah, around the harvesty time, and we had a lot of fun. So yeah, I just can't wait to share all this with you, and just my creative treasure hunts. I love to thrift stuff, and I found so many cool things. And so I just like to share this with you and have you come on into my space. I wish you could be here with me having my favorite tea, chai, rooibos, or any kind of tea you wanted, or whatever you want, and just have you sit here with me. And I'd love to hear about you, about your dreams, about your deepest dreams, and what you'd like to bring into your life and where you find your joy, because it's so important with even with the chaos going on in the world outside, you know, coming back to center, and finding out where does your peace lie, what's most important to you, all those sorts of things. I think they're really, really important, and having fun. Let's have some fun. Let's have some joy. That's what this space is for. So I will be so happy to have you here with me. I'd love to have you comment and tell me what you're up to and what kind of creative things you're doing. I'm always interested to hear what people are up to, what they're doing, what makes them light up.